Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Lawsplaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Go up with the rest of it. How you doing? Hi. It's been a long time. I feel like it's been years, but really it was just a day. But that's how it feels, doesn't it? When like some asshole just doesn't show up to his show. Hold on. That's the worst. That's the worst. But anyway, I am back now. Of course, we're set to go. Did I watch John Wick? No, I did not get to. Maiden, I wish I did. But I was otherwise occupied, predisposed, so to speak, last night. Well, all yesterday and then last night. We have found ourselves in the midst of this miraculous thing. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. As a homeschooler, you don't encounter it too often. It's pretty rare. It's called spring break. Spring break is fantastic. But not normally. It normally doesn't matter for us because most of our kids do various activities that coincide with different school districts. So it's like some of the spring break days are on one week and then other spring break days are on another week with different activities. And usually it's kind of just a wash. But this time, everything coalesced into this perfect pudding of spring breakery. And we had like the whole day to not do anything. God, it was amazing. Oh, it's great. And then combine that with Lady Rackets had a dental thing today, which required some like, you know, good drugs. And so she's been basically out of it ever since that. That was this morning. So it's like we get to hang out and like just be for a whole day. It was great. So I took that opportunity to do that. It was cool. And now I'm back for What the Fuck Wednesday. I mean, it was a Tuesday. Who even should Tuesdays even exist? I don't know. It should really just be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You got the shitty beginning of the week, the middle of the week where you're like, oh God, I'm going to get over it soon. And then the end of the week where you're like, okay, this is cool. And then you have a weekend. That's what life should be. Okay. I just realized I forgot to tweet out this very important link to the fucking show. Do that real quick. All right. Good enough for government tweet. Send. There's one annoying thing about Twitter Blue. Since you can like undo your tweets or whatever with it, it takes 30 seconds to send unless you click send. God, it's just annoying. Anyway, here I am bitching about Twitter when I have been kicked off 200% less from Elon Musk's Twitter than any other Twitter. So that's nice. So anyway, we've got a really big show. We've got a show. We're going to go through Afroman's pending lawsuit by a bunch of creamy vaginaed cops who are super, super upset that he dared make fun of them for raiding his house when there wasn't anything to find. And the notion of cops using the legal process like this should bother everybody. That should piss everybody off. So we're going to go through that document, look at their actual legal claims, because we just got kind of a brief preview of this Monday when I think it was Monday night that I watched the video. the Will You Fix My Door video. But I haven't actually looked at the lawsuit itself. Just kind of looked at a little article about it. So we're going to go through that. Then Sam Hyde has a message to fat, ugly people. And as an expert on shaming people, I have some thoughts. On it. So we'll do that. Shan't be like, that's not going to be the longest segment of all time, but it hopefully will be fun. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit more about the Truninator, Aubrey Hale or whatever. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to watch the video of the takedown of said murderer. So we'll do that. And then we'll get into What the Fuck Wednesday. I think that's what we got to do. So it should be a fun show. Real quick, I want to do a big shout out to Rumble. You know, YouTube sends you this little plaque when you get 100,000 followers or whatever. Rumble sends out these metal. It's like a metal statue. It's this green metal over whatever's in the fucking middle. It's kind of heavy. And it says Ricada Law, 100,000 subscribers on there. So very, very big thanks to Rumble. Very cool. I like it. Always good to have some office decor. May go in the background of the show at some point. And then there's one more thing. Yeah. LXB. We're going to talk about that either depending on how the show goes today, maybe today, otherwise tomorrow. That's the TikTok ban I think you're talking about, right? Heavy enough to beat Drex with next week. Yes. The other thing I wanted to share, a viewer sent this in from their business. It's Rustic Edge Soaps. And it was really nice of them to send this little care package. Rustic Edge Soaps. And they sent me several things here. We've got, they make these look like handmade soaps. This one is like coconut oil, olive oil, goat milk. I don't know. Oh, wait, no, this is vanilla coconut. Like vanilla coconut. We've got, what the hell is this one? Love Potion. Okay. Then there's this blue one. This is Savage. I guess you take that, you give the Love Potion to your partner and you take Savage for yourself. And then the Angler, which is for guys who are shaped like that, I think. But very cool. Thank you for the soaps. Also has some rum and Coke lip balm. So that's neat. And some other stuff too. But guys, check out Rustic Edge Soaps. And see if there's anything that you would like. They have other stuff too. Like this, I think is a lotion. No. Yeah, this is a lotion, a goat milk lotion called Just Breathe. So very cool. Thank you to them. And I got one more thing, and then we'll get into the show proper. The Rumble Award is filled with black resin. Cool. This is from another viewer who live streamed the creation of this. This is from Torin. Torin does very complicated braiding. So they braided this whole thing. It's like long. This took so many hours to make. So it's really cool. And the whole thing is live streamed on their YouTube channel where they make these things. And I think they're making another YouTuber's braid right now. So very cool. Thank you to Torin for that. All right. What are we doing tonight? Would you rather us watch on here or Rumble or do the Switch when time? John Ruck, whatever is best for you. whatever is best for you. Whatever you want to do is fine by me. The switch for some people is really inconvenient. Other people don't mind it. So I leave it to the discretion of the viewer. Any eyes anywhere helps me. Okay. Not bad. All right. Richard Grubber says, saw Eluvite, I don't know, a Swiss power metal band tonight. Arms are covered in welts and my voice is blown out, and some nice racist lad gave me a flyer that probably glows, but I got to be up at 5 a.m. Damn. Well, thank you for sharing. I hope you enjoyed the show. It sounds like you did. I love that. Some nice racist lad gave me a flyer. Have I looked at Kick streaming yet? Yeah, but I don't. Like, I have enough platforms to keep track of. Personally. There you go. Do we have to? Should we do this first? Let's do this. I gotta put these headphones in for this segment. This is an oldie but goodie that just resurfaced on Twitter. And I'm just thoroughly amused by it. So I apologize. I apologize for being amused. Just a second. Pull this up. How do I just do it here? Some of you may remember this incident. This is something that happened years ago, and I'll tell the story after we watch this video, absent any context at all. All right. Now just listen. This is wisdom for 2 minutes and 37 seconds.
I'm going to show you how I got that criminal record. Bring your ass down here. I'm going to show you how I got all them charges.
Really?
I'm going to show you exactly how I became the person I am. Quit doing your YouTube.
Yeah.
Quit doing your bitch made talk on YouTube.
Yeah.
You're flying all over the country. Come see me. Spend some of that money, nigga.
Whoa.
Come holler at me.
Holla.
And we'll set up a camera since you like being famous. I'll buy one, set that shit up. Have it streaming live to YouTube so they can live watch you get your ass beat.
Yeah.
Sick of little hoe ass niggas like you on the internet talking all this shit. I don't care about the internet. Come see a real nigga.
Yeah.
Want to sit up and call me a criminal. He been to prison. He been this. He good, motherfucker. Come see me.
You were in prison.
I went to prison.
Okay.
Thank you, legendary.
Come see me, bitch. I'm gonna come see you.
Oh wait, what?
You better believe that. Listen, here's a word I want you to spell in your house. D-U-C-K. Duck. And make sure you teach it to your kids, motherfucker.
Oh no.
And tell them what a walk by is too.
What is that?
That's a word I want you to teach your whole family. Duck. Now, y'all run and tell him I said it, motherfuckers. Duck. Learn that word. Because you're going to keep running your mouth about me. I'm going to show you what cripping used to be like.
Run and tell
what real
that.
Crips do. I'm done talking. So you don't come see me. I'm going to buy my own ticket.
Real Crip hours.
The whole block up just to find you.
The whole block?
Since I'm a thug and a criminal and all this and that, I'm going to show you motherfuckers.
Someone needs to lay a beat over this.
The whole motherfucking block up. Then what you going to say?
I'm going to say that's really sad, I think. I mean, that's a lot of tragedy.
You think I'm playing, don't you? I'm going to call one of my homeboys tomorrow. gonna buy all my shit. I'm gonna
Tomorrow.
put every bit of it on camera for you. I'm gonna strap up all the clips and everything you want and show it all. And you can fucking flag the video if you want.
Flag it.
But I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna walk up with. Just so you know I ain't playing. Since you think this shit a game, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna contact one of my boys in the morning and I'm gonna get everything I need. You think these crazy school shooter motherfuckers are a problem? You ain't seen nothing yet.
It's
relevant. I'm gonna show you a real problem.
It's relevant now.
I'm gonna show you a real problem.
It's gonna show a real problem.
How do these boys talking all this motherfucking shit?
Take me to jail. Lock me up. I ain't afraid to fuck somebody in his ass. Whoa. Those were the simpler times. The simpler times. Tipster, this is your fault. For everybody who's watching, was wondering why he had a Rekieta Law shirt. He did not have a Rekieta Law shirt. That was a cancel Rekieta Law shirt. That was those are the simpler times. Before I had to deal with the trans army, before I had to deal with YouTube bans, I just had a real N-word soft A with a prison record, wanting to show me what prison was like and how he got there, and then threatened to murder an entire block worth of people. And here's why. Here's why. So I'm with Lady Rackets at HawaiiCon. Hey, what's up? Good logic. Welcome, Joe and Raiders who are joining. Thank you. So I'm in Hawaii with Lady Rackets, HawaiiCon. We're there with Vic Mignogna, Eddie McClintock, John Rice Davies is there. It was awesome. We were having a great time at this convention. And I start getting text messages. And we're out. Where were we? We were at a place with I think it was Terry Brooks. Was it Terry Brooks? Who did the Sword of Avalon? Was it Sword of Avalon book? Not Sword of Avalon. That's a different person. Who the fuck? Might have been Terry. It was, it doesn't matter. Really awesome. We're with a really awesome author, like one of the most decorated sci-fi fantasy authors that exists. And this is Mad Black Atheist, all right, is the guy in the video. Now, what had happened was someone created a parody account of me on Twitter with my name misspelled, but they took the logo. Sword of Shannara. Oh, that's what it was. Sword of Shannara. What is that, Terry Brooks? Yeah, that's Terry Brooks. Let me see if that's him. Yeah, I think that was him. Super nice guy. Awesome guy. Anyway, we're with him. I would end up playing Cards Against Humanity with him and some other people. And I get this text message from Mad Black. Because I just had him on the show with Drex not long before that. And we had this great show. If you want a funny show, you got to go back and watch me, Drex, and Mad Black Atheist. It's 6 hours of... I can't even describe what happened on that show without getting kicked off. How that thing did not get banned is beyond me. How that did not just cancel my entire channel. I think I had black privilege that day. And I get this text message from Mad Black who's like, why are you talking shit about me? I'm like, homie, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm in Hawaii. I'm barely even on Twitter. I'm just hanging out, having a good time. What? And he's like, so you didn't send this tweet? And he sends it to me. I'm like, dude, that's not me. The name is misspelled. And he's like, oh, okay. I guess. I'm like, dude, my Twitter is spelled differently. Why would I make a parody Twitter of myself to make fun of you? You're hilarious. Then he sends me another one. He's like, Why do you keep talking shit? I'm like, it's not me, you weirdo. What is your fucking problem? Like, that is somebody else. He's like, no, it's you. And I'm like, no, dude, it's not. And then not long after that, he goes in this fucking crazy tirade. Just going nuts. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you could send me these all day. That account is not mine. He just did not believe me. He did not believe me, and then I was public enemy number one. Whew. That was some wild shit. That was wild shit. It was really fun. But I strongly encourage everybody to go watch that show. Before Mad Black hated me, that stream was just fun. Tipster, yeah, that's what started his feud with me. Someone else made a parody Twitter account that called him like names or something. And then that came back on me for some reason. So then he was threatening to murder me, my family, the entire city block, or the entire block that I live on. And also like do a walk by with a crossbow or something. I don't know. It was weird. Strange times. Strange fucking times. And also, I was informed that somebody has made a shirt that I just want it. I want it so bad. Actually, I want everybody else to own it. I don't know who made these. They're being sold on the internet somewhere. And the greatest day of my life will be encountering this in the wild. So here you go. Relationship status: single, taken, secretly in a relationship with Nick Rekieta, but he doesn't know it. Oh, I fucking love this. Okay. There you go. That's good. That's good. Full on parasocial shirt. I know. God, the internet's so funny. Okay. Enough dilly-dallying and dick slappery. Let's get this fucking document pulled up. Let's get into the Afroman stuff. Nope. Not these. Where'd that window go? Here it is. All right. So this is from the Adams County, Ohio court. I don't know if anybody's gone through this yet. And Randall Gully says, it would be cool if you went on with Anthony Cumia sometime. The time probably doesn't work, 3 Central, but he often talks about law and bills. Chrissy or Venti could hook you up. I've briefly had Cumia on the show when I had Chrissy on during their Content House fiasco. I would love to. I'd love to. Guy was awesome to talk to. And yeah, I'd go on his show for sure. Clifford Barnes with a big super chat. Thank you. He says, Nick, can you propose a birthday toast to Lady Logic, please? I'm in France wanting to share an early morning cognac. She's a special lady, I think, as she made Joe what he is. God bless you. Whoa, sure, Clifford. Simp. No, I'm just kidding. I can do that. Hasjuv. Yes, you're just here to remind me of the 24-hour stream, I promise. Believe me, that stream is always on my mind. And I hate that I have not delivered on it. And I just have no fucking clue when or how. But I'm hoping as this school stuff winds down, I'll have a good opportunity in the early summer. Okay, here we go. Wait, what am I doing? To Lady Logic. You know what they say? Normally, they would say behind every pretty decent man is probably a great woman putting up with his shit. But in this case, we know that is not true. In this case, we know that Lady Logic does not stand behind Joe, but she sits next to him in the driver's seat to take him wherever he needs to be. And that is true love and devotion that only a woman of absolute class and greatness can produce. Cheers to her. Happy birthday. And cheers to my buddy Joe. All right. And Carrie Mache says, Donziger versus United States. What is this? A petition. Oh, so this is a dissent. Okay, I'll look at that later. Thank you, Carrie. All right. Okay, Afroman. Focus. You must focus, Daniel-san. Okay, so this is Sean D. Cooley, care of Robert Klingler. So these guys didn't want their addresses doxxed, so they have everything going through probably their attorney. Sean Cooley and Justin Cooley, Michael Estep, Sean Grooms. Who do you groom, Sean? Brian Newland, Lisa Phillips. I didn't see any women in the video, but maybe she's mannish. And Randolph Walters versus Joseph Edgar Foreman, aka Afroman, Hungry Hustler Records, Media Access Inc., and unknown defendants. Now, sometimes they put John Doe defendants in because some states have like this weird sort of archaic system that has them put in John Does in case other people are identified. They just get they can get put in. They can get put in. Lemon pound cake. Damn. Yum. Okay, so here we go. So for their complaint against these guys, they state as follows. So here's all of their names. They're all residing in Adams County and at all times are deputies with the Adams County Sheriff's Office. All of these sheriff's people reside in Adams County. I mean, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. It depends. I guess it depends where the county seat is. And okay. Defendant Afroman is an individual in Adams County. Defendant Hungry Hustler Records, on information and belief, is a business entity doing business in and with its principal place of business in Adams County, Ohio. On information and belief, Hungry Hustler is owned by defendant Joseph Edgar Foreman and is used by defendant Foreman to market and sell music, videos, merchandise, and other products. This is not associated, as far as I know. Hungry Hustler is not associated with Hustler University, as far as I know. Defendant Media Access Inc., on information belief, is a Texas corporation, the business of full service video, music distribution, and royalty collection. On information belief, Joseph Edgar Foreman uses Media Access to distribute his music and media posts, to collect royalties, and for other services. Through its distribution of videos and music in Ohio and its business dealings with defendant Foreman and others in Ohio, Media Access Inc. has significant contacts with the state of Ohio. This is for jurisdictional purposes. Defendant John Doe, one, a business entity. These are all just business entities that they're alleging do stuff for Afroman. Okay. Factual background. Afroman products and merchandise. Defendant Joseph Edgar Foreman is a creator, producer, and performer of music and videos, which is known by the stage and commercial name Afroman. In addition to music and music videos, Foreman markets and sells a variety of products under the trade name Afroman. These products include beer, marijuana, t-shirts, and other merchandise. Foreman sells his Afroman products online and at live events at which he performs. The search of defendant Foreman's residence. On or about August 21st, 2022, law enforcement officials from the Adams County Sheriff's Office conducted a search of Foreman's Adams County residence pursuant to a lawfully issued search warrant. This is going to be like their hinging point, and I'm going to repeat this probably a million times because it's going to trigger my autism. So, lawfully issued search warrant. So, fuck you. How about that? How about that, coppers? You never catch me alive, coppers. Foreman was not present at the time of his search, but his wife was in the home and children, observed the search and recorded portions of the search on her camera phone, including the faces and bodies of many of the law enforcement officers involved. Have we body shamed them enough yet? There was the lemon pound cake, the fatso officer. Like, you could hear him breathing through the silent video as he walked by that. You could smell his heart rate increasing. God, it was embarrassing. All right. Foreman's residence was equipped with several security video cameras, which also recorded many portions of the search, including the faces and bodies of many law enforcement officers involved. Foreman creates commercial videos with the faces and bodies of plaintiffs. So, fuck you. How about that? All right, next. After the search was concluded, Foreman used portions of the recordings of the search from his wife's phone and his surveillance cameras to create music videos about the search. These music videos clearly portray the images, likenesses, and distinctive appearances, personas, of many of the officers involved in the search, including those of all plaintiffs. I already know where this is going. They're going to say that he profited from their image without their consent. So they're going to try this right of privacy or right of publicity, basically, lawsuit. That's what they're going to go for. Now, typically speaking, the right of publicity is from someone with a marketable persona. And I don't know if you've met many sheriffs, but most of them don't have a marketable persona. Most of them have the persona of a dead lemon pound cake. They're embarrassingly boring and straightforward. Now, occasionally, of course, there's going to be a funny guy in the bunch or whatever, like, oh, that's Officer Jeffries. You know that guy's getting killed in the next SWAT raid. But everybody liked him, and they'll remember how much they liked him, at least that. But most of these guys, they're cops. They're boring. Like, they're just people. They don't have a marketable persona. That's why they're cops. If they had a marketable persona, they would probably be selling T-shirts with their face on it, or they'd have someone else make a random T-shirt about wanting to be in a relationship with them, but not having them know about it. I don't know if that's ever happened in the history of the internet, but I just made it up on the spot right now with no prompting. So these guys, they don't have, now maybe the female cops on OnlyFans, I don't know. But the way the right of publicity works is this. If you have a marketable persona and someone has you positively endorsing a thing like an advertisement without your consent, that would be an invasion of your right of publicity, because what your right is to market the publicity you could bring to a product for someone else. One of the big cases of this was it was like Jackie Kennedy or something suing Christian Dior because they used her image to sell some perfume without her consent. You can't do that. You cannot make it out like a celebrity is endorsing your product, because the idea is that celebrity is bringing people to the table. And if the celebrity doesn't actually endorse their product, then you have stolen from them something of value that you would have to pay for. All right. So you can't do that. Now you kind of it's clear parody and stuff like that. But if you're making fun of someone, if you are portraying them in a negative light through criticism and critique, that is not infringing on their right of publicity. They don't have a right to that because no one would pay them to shit on them. They just shit on them. So that, I think, is what we're going to be getting into in this thing. My spidey senses are tingling. If that's what they're alleging, they're fucked straight out the gate. So here we go. Foreman created dozens of videos and images of plaintiffs' personas and posted them on various social media platforms, including Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram. He has used and continues to use the videos and photos of the plaintiffs' personas for commercial purposes, to promote his Afroman brand, to sell products, to promote his music tours. You can just hear it in his voice, right? He's exploiting their photos for commercial purposes to promote his Afroman brand, to sell products, promote his musical tours, and to make money from the use of plaintiff's images on videos and other media. They entered the man's house. You enter my house, get filmed, motherfucker. Like, I don't care who you are. You're in my house. You no longer have any sort of privacy. What expectation of privacy do you have while conducting a search in my house? I don't have an expectation of privacy about the search. You're going to bust in there. You can report on it. You can tell the media. You can do a little fucking press release about searching my house and accusing me of something, maybe if you even do, or accusing me of nothing. Whatever you're going to do. You can do that to me, but I can't do that to you. Fuck you. Following are only some of the many examples of the defendant's use of the personas of plaintiffs for commercial purposes. Instagram post containing an image of Foreman wearing a shirt with an image of plaintiff Sean Cooley beside an image of Peter Griffin. Caption, "Good morning, lady." Good morning, ladies. What's up, fellas? Congratulations to police officer Pound Cake. Thank you for getting me 5.4 million hits on TikTok. I couldn't have done it without you, obviously. Congratulations again. You're famous for all the wrong reasons. As you can see, all my pound cake is gone. Officer Pound Cake confiscated my pound cake. He said something happened to his body camera on the way to the evidence room. Lol. Instagram post containing images of fans holding merchandise that contains images of Sean Cooley. Caption, lemon pound cake. Well, now we know the name of the fatso. The fatso's name is Sean Cooley. Instagram post, which Foreman confirms that at OG Afroman is his official account. Post contains images of plaintiff Brian Newland, then advertises Afroman's new album. Instagram post containing image of Foreman wearing a shirt with images of plaintiff Justin Cooley. Post promotes new album. Caption, what's your favorite song on Lemon Pound Cake so far? Also, what's your favorite line? Instagram post containing image of Foreman wearing merchandise and promoting merchandise with images of plaintiff Sean Cooley. Caption, I am pressing up merchandise for my up-and-coming Canada tour. Which Officer Pound Cake shirt do you like the most? The one on the left or the right? Let me know so I invest my money in the more popular shirt. Instagram post containing images of merchandise. Some of the merchandise contains images of plaintiff Sean Cooley. Caption, Canada, get ready for the most hunted to most wanter, the most blunted rapper in the world. For the first time, I will have brand new merchandise available on the month-long Canada tour. Bring your merchandise money. I will sign everything that is bought. Oh, wait, everything that is bought. T-shirts, $35, hoodies, $70, binnies, $30. Instagram post containing video of fans and defendant signing lemon pound cake while a fan wears merchandise that contains images of plaintiff Sean Cooley. Woo! Sorry, I had to sneeze. Oh my God. Shri says, I'm in the ER waiting to see my daughter, and this calms my nerves. She fell, was unconscious for about 10 minutes, had 2 seizures. Can you please say a prayer for her if you see this? Oh my God. Yes, absolutely. Here. I don't usually pray on stream, but that much, but let's do it. Lord, watch over and protect Shri's little girl. Heal any damage that may exist. Soothe any trauma. Calm the nerves of her mother and give wisdom to the doctors and nurses who are helping this little one. And please deliver everybody into health and safety. Amen. Sorry to hear that, Shri. Pray hands in chat for Shri's little girl, please. Okay. Interview on Vlad TV, during which Foreman discusses the use of the search as material for songs. Foreman admits to using images and clips from the search and videos in promotion. What is it? Was this like a sad thing? Or like a sad thing? Sorry, my brain is thinking about the poor little girl in the ER. Damn it. Was it hidden? Was it like a secret? I don't think so. It's pretty open and obvious. Foreman states that his "Will You Repair My Door" song went viral. Foreman states his lemon pound cake clip went viral on TikTok. Foreman says everybody understood what I was talking about when I said lemon pound cake. That's the cop on the viral video TikTok that was going through the house that wanted a slice of that lemon pound cake. 3 minutes, 27 seconds to 3:40 includes images of plaintiff Sean Cooley on video. 2 minutes, 26 seconds to 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Oh, she's 26. Oh, not a little girl, but a grown woman. It doesn't matter. All of our daughters are little girls to us forever. But still, again, peace, comfort, and healing to her. Instagram post that portrays plaintiff Sean Grooms next to an image of Quasimodo. I'm going to pull this one up. Can I? There we go. Oh, what? Damn it. Can it? It does not want to select this at all. Is it gonna work? Oh, shit. I wonder if it's been broken completely or if it's been taken down. All right. Oh shit, Jesse. In chat with a pink one. Hey, Mr. Ricada, you rock. Glad to see good Christians out there. You are based. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Instagram post that portrays Judge Gabbert, the judge who signed the search warrant, next to an image of Droopy. Hey guys. Caption: This is the judge that signed the warrant that said kidnapping. His name is Roy Droopy Gabbert. Vote him out before he signs a fictitious warrant and then sends some overreacting paranoid cops to your house, jeopardizing the lives of you and your family, stealing your money and disconnecting your home video security surveillance system. Vote out Judge Roy Droopy Gabbert. Then go get my new album, Lemon Pound Cake, September 30th on all platforms. Again, what the fuck is wrong with that? What is that? Instagram post that portrays plaintiff Lisa Phillips next to an image of the Mona Lisa, caption, "Good morning, ladies. Here she is. The condescending cunt, Adams County Sheriff Lieutenant Mona Lickumlow Lisa to serve and disconnect your home video security surveillance system so you won't have proof of the Adams County Sheriff Department stealing money and other things around your house, even possibly planting false kidnapping evidence. I used to speak to this lady when I dropped my kids off to school. I always wondered why she never spoke back, just looked at me with the same condescending cunt look you see in the picture. I spoke to her again at the metal detector in the Adams County Courthouse. Her voice was 3 octaves lower than mine, lol. Has anybody in Adams County verified her vagina? Oh, shit. If you haven't, you should, or she might whoop out something bigger than yours. If this lady is your friend, I wouldn't leave her alone in my house. Or I'll put it this way. If you leave her and your video system is messed up when you get back, you know who did it. Why would a good cop want to disconnect a video security surveillance system? Let Lickumlow Lisa. New album Lemon Pound Cake dropping September 30th. My name for this particular officer is Lieutenant Mona Lickumlow Lisa. What nicknames did you come up with for her? I'm good, but I will admit yours might be better than mine. What you got? Beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Again, why'd you disconnect it? Why'd you disconnect the security system? What possible reason do you have? What justifiable reason do you have as cops to disconnect a security system? Can anybody tell me? Can someone come up with a plausible argument? I can't think of one. Well, it's a lawfully issued search warrant. Yeah. Why can't you be on camera searching the house? What the fuck do you need to not be filmed for? If you disconnected your security system when cops were about to be in your house, if the cops are outside, you disconnect your security system and there's like 3 minutes unrecorded before they get in, what would they say? He's flushing drugs. He's hiding evidence. He's eating bags of crack or something, right? Like he's killing his kidnapping victim and chopping him up and putting him in a blender. That's what they would say. Oh, well, the evidence is gone because in the few minutes that they removed the cameras, they did everything. Sean in the chat says they'd charge you with evidence tampering. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. All right. YouTube videos depicting most or all of the officers involved in the search set to music and used by Foreman to promote his brand and sell his products. Yes. God, always grift the drama when it's yours. Defendant Foreman created many other videos posted on various social media platforms that use the personas of each plaintiffs for their commercial purposes. That is to promote his live performances, his music, his other merchandise, and his Afroman brand. Foreman created, performed, posted, and publicized these and other depictions of plaintiffs' personas. See, they're really hitting this persona thing as if these cops have any personality at all for commercial purposes without the authorization of any of the plaintiffs to do so. Foreman created, performed, posted, and publicized these and other depictions of plaintiffs' personas for commercial purposes, though, through in cooperation with or with the assistance of the other defendants, all of whom knew that the use of plaintiffs' images and identifying characteristics was not authorized by plaintiffs. Defendants' actions were willful, wanton, malicious, and done with conscious or reckless disregard for the rights of plaintiffs. You know what? Fuck your rights. You got none in my house while issuing a warrant. You got nothing on me. Fuck you. I'm not the government. You literally are. You're the one depriving rights. You're the one infringing on this man's right of privacy, of peace and security in his own possessions with some trumped up bullshit. Trumped up bullshit in that. God, I want to see that affidavit. I want to see the affidavit supporting this. Oh God, you're gonna need a legit hog to sniff out all the fucking truffles. Of cop bullshittery in that affidavit. Oh, here's one of the shirts. Here's one of the shirts. Locals pulled it up on Instagram here. Pull it over real quick. There it is. Peter Griffin. It's a They've got him in 3 stages of food distress looking at that pound cake. Oh. Zoom in. We can do it. Here we go. Let's see if I can. Oh, that top one. Oh my God. Wow. There's one more. Here's the let's get the Quasimodo Instagram post up. Here it is. Here's the Hunchback of Adams County. I mean, he's got a vest on, but that's funny. That's just funny. Like, just I'll have a sense of fucking humor. But they it like the one stealing his money from the house. They smell money. They smell it. All right. As a result of defendants' actions, plaintiffs have been subjected to ridicule. No, not ridicule. Even in the further performance of their official duties. Good. By members of the public who have seen some of defendants' above described postings. Good. Ridicule them forever. Who cares? Like, fuck off. Ridicule. Get over it. Get bullied, bitches. You guys are cops. You post people's shit all over the place. Does the Adams County Sheriff Office have a Twitter account? Let's check. Adams County Sheriff. Adams County Sheriff. Wait, is this 0 tweets on this thing? 0 tweets. Hold on. Adams County Sheriff's page. This one has 3,600 tweets. Here we go. Let's see. Tabloid Tuesday. Adams County Sheriff's Office played a key role in taking a group of dangerous individuals off the streets. The Denver DA's office. Wait, what? This is not the same Adams County. This is Adams County, Colorado. I'm guessing. Yeah, hold on. Fucking hell. Damn it. I wonder, it's going to be harder to find than I thought. Let's see. This is Natchez, Mississippi. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and do this. I wonder if there's an easier way to find this. Adams County Sheriff's or Sheriff, Ohio. Welcome to the Adams County Sheriff's Office. You may look at the current inmates by clicking here. Let's just do this one. T-E-E-F. Validate, motherfucker. So here you go. Speaking of the Adams County Sheriff's Office, let's just use this. Who even cares about their Twitter page? They have a jail roster. You can publicly see every single person in their jail. View more about it. Let's see about Nicole Wilson. Oh, Jesus. Possession of drugs. No kidding. Booked 2/7/2023. 5'7", 180 pounds. Okay. Let's see. Let's check someone else here. We've got Michael Brown. Oh my God. Contempt of court. This man, you are telling me that this man is being held in contempt of court? No, he isn't. How dare you? His middle name is Paul. The second, let's see, Mark Harp. This is Mark Harp. This is a fine, upstanding, aggravated burglary attempt, threaten and inflict physical harm. Wait. Come on. He was arrested August 30th. That's okay. He's fine. 5'8", 160. At least he's trim. Okay, but here's my point. They get to release these people's info. What consent did they give? Oh, they got arrested. Hey, fuck you. Who cares? We've got Chris D says an argument I think they could advance is the security system may have evidence of a crime, such as drugs being sold, especially because the cameras see inside the home, though I'm sure that isn't the reason. Yeah, but like they can just go, oh God. Locals they can still subpoena, or what they could seize the security system without disconnecting it before the search. Prior to the search, they could do it, after the search, at the end of the search. They could just seize the drives without disconnecting the system itself. All that shit. Just Me says when you cross the property line, you leave the U.S. and enter Clayland, and you have no rights of privacy when you are there as reps of the state that I pay for. Fuck their feelings. Afroman counter sue. I agree 100%, brother. This is complete horse cockery. As a result, so they've been ridiculed. In some instances, it has made it more difficult and even more dangerous for plaintiffs to carry out their official duties because of comments made and attitudes expressed towards them by members of the public. Comments made and attitudes expressed. Not threats, not physical violence, not intervention by other people. Comments made and attitudes expressed. What is an attitude expressed? What even is that? What attitude are you expressing that makes a cop unable to do his job? What could it possibly be? How do you even identify an expressed attitude? Because that could just be your perception. Maybe they feel guilty. And so when something is off with someone, they're like, oh, this is weird. This person's reacting strange. Oh, fuck. I bet it was that Afroman shit where I stole that black guy's money. This is crazy. As a further result of defendants' actions, plaintiffs have been subjected to threats, including death threats. Post them. Post them or get the fuck out. Post them. I'm so tired of this fucking death threat shit. Post it. What is it? What was the threat? You deserve to die, you piece of shit pig, is not a death threat. Ever. It's not. Man, I hope that person dies. That's not a death threat. It's rude to say. I don't recommend saying that about public officials most of the time. Lampposts and rope exist. I'm just saying, I don't recommend you say that most of the time because you might get one of those on your door, right? They might disconnect your security system. And if you're home, they might have a nightstick for that ass. That's a different question. Can I say that the Adams County Sheriff's Office has a bunch of cops in it that should face punishment for their action, including physical violence? Like, obviously, I'm not calling for that, but can I say that? Yeah, absolutely. Can you call for it? Let me get based with you for a second. If they're government, almost certainly yes. The First Amendment was invented to protect your distaste and distrust of the government and its agents. Period, period, period. You may not like it. You may not fucking like it. Cops and congressmen, presidents, governors, and all the other state cucks bootlicking the boot right before it goes into their own asses. You may not like it, but we preserve the fucking right to say it. Because sometimes you assholes wreck our lives in your quest to get reelected or in your quest for a raise or promotion. And fuck you for that. Fuck you for that forever. Again, I never recommend people to say anything that would get a knock on their fucking door. Ever. But do you have the right to say it? Yeah. When does it cross into incitement? When you're there, when they're there, and when there is an audience there whom you could reasonably induce to violence. If those three things don't exist, then Brandenburg versus Ohio, motherfucker. Get out. My constitutional rights trump your bitch ass feelings. Fuck you 100 times. I'm sick and tired of people pretending that this doesn't exist and isn't true. Again, none of you should do it ever. I'm not your lawyer. I'm not defending you if shit goes south. But it shouldn't even be charged. Because we get to express extreme distaste of any and all state actors as a paramount right. A paramount right. When you get to private individuals, it gets a little bit different. I'm sorry. Is Afroman criticizing them in civilian clothes at their houses? No. He's literally portraying them as the agents of the state that they are. Fuck these people. Notice, by the way, I have never done this to the cops who have had to come to my house for like the fake swatting shit. And you know why? They've always treated me with respect, kindness. It's been very cordial and professional. No reason to. What happened to Afroman wasn't cordial, professional, respect, or kindness. What allegedly happened to the quartering? I only say allegedly because there's not like I've just got his description of it to go on. That was not respect or kindness. What happened to Dick Masterson? Not respect or kindness or cordiality or professionalism at all. What happened to me was, thank God, small town justice. But if it was the opposite, you can bet I would be shitting all over him. Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? Let's see. Here we go. As a result of defendants' actions, plaintiffs have suffered damages. And by the way, how can cops identify that the hatred towards them comes from this guy's stuff and not literally anything else they do? I mean, even when justified, your profession is ruining someone's life for the next several years. That's your profession. How are you to come at Afroman and be like, oh, well, you know, this guy's video did it. It's not anything else. I didn't like arrest this person's brother. You know, I didn't fail to investigate a child rape or whatever. Like, and it can legit be fucking anything. But they're gonna be like, oh no, it's this guy's shit posting on Instagram. That's what really did us in. Okay. Hartman says, is that really incitement, Nick? Ray Epps told me otherwise. Don't listen to Ray Epps. Don't listen to him. Okay. Plaintiffs continue and will continue in the future to suffer damages unless defendants are enjoined from further violations of plaintiffs' rights. So here's a big problem with their lawsuit. All right. This is a critical miscalculation of any lawsuit involving speech, and it's commonly done. Do not ask the courts. Do not ask the state to restrict the free speech rights of someone else. The court's job is not to restrict the free speech rights of the person, but to recompense you for damages done by their improper exercise of speech. So don't ask the court to stop them from speaking. What you do is get the court to punish them for what they have said that is actually civil liability and to compensate you, to make you whole, to bring you back to normal through money. But when you ask the court to infringe on a right, suddenly the court runs into this problem of having to restrict the speech rights. And if they're going to restrict speech rights, they have to have a compelling government interest, and they have to use the least restrictive means to do that. And you're asking for something called a prior restraint on speech, which is one of the most near impossible things to get out of a court, is a prior restraint. Do not allow them to post anything this. Wait, what? It's not how our system works, bruh. John Gerber and YouTube tells me to celebrate the first super chat from John Gerber. Yeah! What is that? That's a new fucking message. That's weird. John Gerber, apparently this is the first time you're super chatting. Thank you. Mr. Nose, thank you for covering Kyle's trial. Meant a lot to me. Can you give insight on Sergeant Daniel Perry's trial? Stay unbreaded. I'm not Sergeant Daniel Perry. I'll have to look. Oh, is that the... Okay, I'll have to look this one up and get... Is this the guy who shot the Antifa guy? In Austin? Is that what this is? Yeah, I'm gonna take a peek into that one. I'm gonna definitely take a peek into that one. I will I don't have any insight for it yet, but I will be looking into that one. I had heard that trial was starting. I legitimately wish I had daytime. Even yesterday when I had I got time to hang out with Lady Rackets, it was from like 3 p.m. on. I wasn't available in the morning. Today I'm not available in the morning. Tomorrow I'm not available in the morning. Friday I might be, but like covering trials right now is really, really tough on my schedule. I just don't have the bandwidth at the moment. But I'll try and do a catch up on this one for sure. And if I can cover trial days, I would love to. Dark Schwartz Rising says, maybe post the minimums for getting your paid super chats read. Kind of annoying to find out after the fact. I read all of them. All of them. I read the $20 super chats on every platform, YouTube, Rumble, and Locals first. And then prior to switching to Rumble, I try and read all of the YouTube super chats. And then on Locals, I try to read anything over $1 right away. And then everything else I kind of grab at the end. Sorry for not posting it. It's just been that way for like 3.5 to 4 years. So I get kind of used to it. I forget that other people might not know. So there's the rules for it. The reason I don't, by the way, this is a legit reason. And it's why I rarely talk about this at all. I love super chats. Obviously, super chats are a huge, huge component of my income, and they always have been. But I feel like if I open up talking about super chats, or if I post about it, what I'm trying to do is induce people to super chat to interact with me. I'm not trying to do that. I've tried to stay away from that for my entire internet career of like, because there are people who like every time they start, well, here's the super chat policy, or they post it or whatever. I saw that during some trials on some other channels. Like, here's the super chat policy. Here's what I'll do. I'm not trying to convince people to super chat me. If you super chat me because you like the show and you want to participate in it, great. I will get to your super chat 99% of the time. If you don't, also great. Enjoy. Make a funny comment that I see in one of the chats. I'll probably read it whether there's a super chat or not. Or interact with it in some way. But I'm not out here like trying to force the super chat thing. You'll know when I am. When I am, it's when I'm doing like a drinking stream where you're paying for shots or something like that. Or if I've got like, so if we're doing like a super chat for charity type thing, where I take in all the super chats and then I donate the gross and I eat the fucking tax difference and all that stuff. I've done those streams. Those are rare. Normally I'm just here for people to enjoy the show. So I don't like getting into the super chat thing, and I don't want to like presumptuously push that on people. I find it distasteful personally. So, not my thing. I don't have like a goal counter. I'm not going to tell you, oh, if you give me this much super chats, I'll go an extra hour. I don't do anything like that ever. I do my show the way I'm going to do it. If you send 0 super chats, I'm going to do the show. If you send $1 million to super chats, I'm going to ejaculate like 9 times and then I'll do the show, but I will still do the show. So I appreciate it. Sorry for me, like overlooking that some people don't know, but I kind of think that people get into the phase of it pretty quick. And I think that's an acceptable trade-off for me going, I don't want to like sit here and come across as like, oh, I need you. I'm begging you to super chat me. This is never the goal. Cassie Mayron says, I'm having a 6 to 9 hour surgery tomorrow. Please say a prayer for me and toast to me not repeating anything from the show while out of it. Cassie Mayron, may all of your ketamine induced unconsciousness that will come at the doctor's office be filled with recitations of the N-word and every anti-Asian and Jew slur that you remember in your deep subconscious but would never normally utter, so that your fading words as the doctor has you count backwards from 10 are 10, 9, 8, fingers, kill, mooks, and bikes. And then you're asleep. Oh my God. Eulexic says, I mean, that's cool and all, but why are you gay? Look, it's been years of conditioning and grooming by YouTube that has brought me to gayness. My next step is obviously to go trans and join the WNBA. That's it. That's where I'm going. Timothy 208, responding to super chats is part of the reason why we love you, Nick. Hey, thank you. Thank you. I really try to do it. I try to do it with 100% accuracy. Saltstorm says there is a lot to this Afroman case. They threatened him to stop calling about a police report for his stolen property. He said he thinks they were trying to dead him. I also thought, I think you mentioned something earlier where they said if you keep calling, he was going to find out. That'll be great. That'll be great to see in court. Okay, back to this. We'll wrap this up and then we'll move to Rumble. Violations of Ohio Revised Code, Chapter 2741. Unauthorized use of an individual's persona. Defendants use the personas of the plaintiff for commercial purposes during plaintiff's lifetimes without their authorization to do so. Hold on. I haven't done this in a long time. I really should do this more often because I pay a shitload for this service. The personas of the plaintiffs were not used by defendants in connection with any news, public affairs, sports broadcast, or political campaign. False, 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 false. No. I'm not sitting down on this one. No, fuck you, cops. Me going to Instagram to what does Afroman have on Instagram? OG Afroman. Let's talk about this. This motherfucker has 186,000 followers on Instagram. Me going to 200,000 people and saying, hey, by the way, this happened is fucking news, period. You may not like it, but there is no journalism credential or license or restriction or qualification or categorization that some cop can decide, well, this person, no, fuck you. Someone who has 200,000 followers. And by the way, I'm not discriminatory. If I go to my 5 followers on Instagram and say, hey, this motherfucking group of cops came into my house and busted me, and then I celebrate the virality of the video or the comment or the post or whatever it is, that's news, baby. That is news. And you may not like it, cops, that everybody's a goddamn journalist now, any asshole with a camera, but that's the way it was created. And the fact that we have deferred and bowed and sucked the cock of 5 journalism wires for the past 70 years means jack and shit to what journalism is. I don't care if it comes from Reuters or AP News or Fox News or NBC's Newswire. I don't care about any of those cucks. They can all die in a big fucking conflagration. That's nerd for fire. For all I fucking care. To me, the independent journalists are far more trustworthy because I can discern their motives. I can look at who they are. I can look at Andy No's timeline and go, oh, this guy's a retard or this guy's great. I can choose that. I can look at Ian Miles Chungus and go, this weird guy lives in Malaysia. Why is he commenting on American news? I can choose that. You're going to tell me that somebody isn't news? It was news to 186,000 followers of Afroman. And that's just on Instagram. What's the rest of his following? I have no idea. 5.4 million people on TikTok found it newsworthy. Fuck these people. Their qualifications. Well, it wasn't an official news source. Fuck you. Okay, here we go. Let me find Ohio. All right. Save Ohio. And we're going to look up 2741.02. Use of individuals persona for commercial purposes. Let's go ahead and use this very expensive fucking legal research tool that I have and have not been using recently. All right. So here's the law. Except as otherwise provided in this section. A person shall not use any aspect of an individual's persona for commercial purpose during the individual's lifetime for a period of 60 years after the date of the individual's death or for a period of 10 years after the date of death of a deceased member of the Ohio National Guard or the Armed Forces of the United States. A person may use an individual's persona for a commercial purpose during the individual's lifetime if the person first obtains a written consent to use the individual's persona from a person specified in section blah, blah, blah. If an individual whose persona is at issue has died, a person may use the individual's persona for a commercial purpose if either of the following is applied. Person first obtains a written consent to use the individual's persona from a person specified in the revised code who owns the individual's right of publicity. The name of the individual whose persona is used was the name of a business entity or trade name at the time of the individual's death, subject to the terms of any agreement between a person specified in blah and a person to whom that person grants consent to use an individual's right of publicity. A consent obtained before the death of an individual whose persona is at issue remains valid after the individual's death. For purposes of this section, use of an aspect of an individual's persona in connection with any news, public affairs, sports broadcast, or account does not constitute a use for which consent is required under Division A of this section. Well, we have news and public affairs nailed down. A use of an aspect of an individual's persona in connection with any political campaign. Didn't they say he's running for president? And in compliance with Title XXXV of the revised code does not constitute a use for which consent is required. The owners or employees of any medium used for advertising, including but not limited to a newspaper, magazine, radio, or television network or station, cable television system, billboard, transit ad, and global communications network, by whom any advertisement or solicitation in violation of this section is published or disseminated, are not liable under this section or the other section unless it is established that those owners or employees had knowledge of the unauthorized use of the persona as a prohibited use. And then we have 23 decisions. Let's take a peek at these decisions because these often clarify some things. Constitutional issues. Print on demand t-shirt sellers' use of football coach's name and likeness without permission of state university. Violated Ohio statute governing right of publicity. Coach had assigned his rights of publicity and persona to the university, which in turn licensed the persona to authorized licensees who sold t-shirts, and seller was not an authorized licensee, but was nonetheless engaged in offering for sale t-shirts bearing coach's name, image, and likeness. Okay, so here we have an issue, right? The coach has a marketable persona, which they are marketing to a university for which they are employed. And I'm guessing the name and likeness in this case probably is favorable. Let's take a quick peek at the facts. Let's take a peek. Trademark infringement. Let's see. Here we go. Plaintiff claims that defendants are selling T-shirts with numerous designs that infringe on plaintiff's trademarks. Accordingly, after a period of plaintiffs sending defendants warning letters, plaintiffs filed a lawsuit. Plaintiff asserts claims for the infringement of registered trademarks, unfair competition, and passing, violation of the right of publicity, blah, 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 blah. Counterfeiting. So this is, these are registered trademarks. They're talking about, again, this is positive shit. This is them putting the coach's stuff on there and saying, okay, this coach, like, yay for this coach. All right, here we go. Prior restraint doctrine of First Amendment did not preclude preliminary injunction restraining use of image of television news anchor who was videotaped in various states of undress while participating in a wet T-shirt contest to sell videotapes and website memberships in violation of anchor's right to publicity under Ohio and Florida law. Again, you've got a little bit of a different circumstance here. You've got a news anchor getting fucking naked. Man, don't you want to know about that case? That's the case I'm interested in right now. Let's see. What, under a Florida statute? Doctrine of latches under Ohio or Florida law did not bar anchor's suit. Let's see. Who used this? This will be great. Coffins, care of Stephen Arend. Oh, wait, that's attorney law firms. Plaintiff Catherine Balsley, known in the reporting business as Catherine Bosley, previously worked as a television news reporter for WKBN Channel 27, the CBS television affiliate in Youngstown, Ohio. She worked for WKBN as a news anchor for approximately 10 years, leading to her status as a regional celebrity. Notice what's happening here. Ohio State football coach, celebrity news anchor. What are we noticing, right? What I was talking about, marketable personas. Oh, here, I'll switch over to this tab so you guys can read with me. In March of 2003, while she was on vacation, plaintiff Bosley and her husband went to a Florida nightclub. On that night, the nightclub held a wet T-shirt contest. Plaintiff Bosley participated. While participating in the contest, plaintiff Bosley removed her clothing. Plaintiffs assert that without notice or consent. Dreamgirls Inc. Holy shit! This is not a small case. Like they're after Dreamgirls. Videotape plaintiff Bosley's performance for publication and reproduction in the form of videos and DVDs. Dreamgirls is a video production company based out of Tampa, Florida. Jim Fail, president of Dreamgirls, describes the production of Dreamgirls as being similar to Girls Gone Wild. We got to see, what is Catherine Bosley? Let's see if we can find her real quick. Not her in states of undress, you degenerates. Well, okay. Here we go. Let's find it. You know, I mean, she looks fine. This is not the hottest chick in the world. She's not ugly by any means. Seems to be in shape. Go, I guess. I won't what am I doing? You can't scroll down too far on this thing. That's Google Images. You never know what the fuck's going to come up. Okay, so here we go. All right, here we go. Since the incident, images of plaintiff have been displayed on the internet through a series of websites advertising pictures and videos of the naked anchor woman. In May of 2003, defendant Dreamgirls released a video of the wet T-shirt contest entitled Dreamgirls Spring Break 2003, Volume 1. Thereafter, defendant Dreamgirls released a second version of the video emphasizing the appearance of Catherine Bosley, or the naked anchor woman, on the tape. So this is their problem. This is their problem. So again, we're back to this issue that Hold on. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's there if you really want to find it. It's not super hard to find. This is their issue. They're using a famous person's fame to promote their product. Okay, here we go. Use of image of television news anchor. Wait, I just read that one. Same case here. Same case here. Advertisements are not protected under public affairs, exception to common law and statutory rights of privacy and publicity. Right of publicity is a creature of state law, and its violation gives right to a cause of action. Right of privacy under Ohio law does not prohibit the publication of matters of general or public interest. Oh, fuck. Or the use of the name or picture of a person in connection with publication of legitimate news. And this is the same case here. Let's take a peek at what they say about that. So under Ohio law, one's name and appearance in and of themselves are not private and therefore may be brought before the public. Right of privacy under Ohio law does not prohibit the publication of matters of general or public interest or the use of the name or picture of a person in connection with the publication of legitimate news. Let's fucking go. Nevertheless, several exceptions exist to this common law right. First, incidental use of one's name or likeness is permissible, holding that informational blurbs about Charles Vinci, the 1956 and 1960 weightlifting Olympic gold medalist, on Dixie cups was merely incidental to the promotion of the Dixie cups and thus permissible. Second, one's name and appearance in and of themselves are not private and therefore may be brought before the public. Third, and most importantly, a legitimate public interest exception exists. Quote, one of the primary limitations upon the right of privacy is that this right does not prohibit the publication of matters of general or public interest or the use of the name or picture of a person in connection with the publication of legitimate news. However, the phrase public or general interest in this connection does not mean mere curiosity. So we've got right here a big problem for the cops. It is newsworthy when cops raid your house and steal your fucking money. Period. End of watch, so to speak. Cuckmate motherfuckers. Let's see. Surviving Siblings, limited edition print of painting by sports artist depicting a professional athlete was entitled to First Amendment protection when challenged as infringing athletes' Ohio common law right of privacy. Oh, this is an interesting case. This is one you would almost guaranteed want to use in this. So here you go. Professional athlete sued sports artist, claiming that print infringed his trademark and violated his common law right of publicity. On cross motions for summary judgment, District George Goggin held that print was not infringing and print was entitled to First Amendment protection. Plaintiff's motions denied, defendant's motions granted. Why? Here we have. This will be an important paragraph. Rather, the court finds that paintings and drawings are protected by the First Amendment. The item at issue herein is a print of a painting done by Rick Rush, who characterizes himself as America's sporting artist painting America through sports. In the package containing the print, Rush states, "I want to give America serious art on a subject central to American life." The narrative states generally what Rush wishes to express through his art. For example, as man is valuable, so is what man does. And sports, perhaps more than other activities, reminds us of life's best moments and its brevity in the same instance. The item at issue is a limited edition. A certificate verifies that only 5,000 prints are available worldwide. It appears that the United States Supreme Court would find such expression to fall within the ambit of the First Amendment. See Hurley versus Irish American Gay, Lesbian, and Bisexual Group of Boston, a case challenging the right to exclude some marchers from a parade, wherein the court remarked that the Constitution looks beyond written or spoken words as mediums of expression, and noting that examples of painting, music, and poetry are unquestionably shielded by the First Amendment. Holy fuck, there's your kill shot right there. From the Supreme Court of the United States, examples of music are unquestionably shielded by the First Amendment. Done and done. Yet again, this lawsuit is such fucking bullshit. It's meant to punish Afroman, and it's obvious. Afroman make music videos. Fuck you. That's art. So in general, commercial booksellers could not be held liable for wrongful appropriation of persona for commercial purpose, invasion of privacy by means of appropriation, or false light invasion of privacy under Ohio law based on their distribution of erotic books that use plaintiff's engagement photo on the cover without the plaintiff's consent. Absent evidence that there was any commercial value in associating plaintiff's likeness with the booksellers, or if the seller knew or had reason to know the book's author was using the plaintiff's photograph without their permission, given evidence that sellers inquired as to whether the author owned the rights to the photo. So here we go. Here's another issue, right? Here are people, it's their engagement photo. It's put on an erotic book. And that's fine. Why? They're not fucking famous. They're not famous. And that may not be fair, but they're not famous. Your image isn't marketable. Former judgment creditors' use of former judgment debtors' name and online course slideshow of former creditors' continuing education online training company was not intended to take advantage of former debtor for commercial purposes. He was intended merely to be informative. That's not really relevant here. A claimant is not required to have celebrity status to recover on statutory or common law name appropriation. They're not required to, but it sure fucking helps. Website operators' alleged use of Ohio residents' persona to promote paid subscriptions did not fall under the public affairs exception to liability under Ohio's right of publicity statute, where it was operators' use of residents' persona in connection with the promotion of paid subscriptions that gave rise to the claim, notwithstanding operators' reproduction distribution of residents' school yearbook photographs. Television news anchors' actions in participating in a wet t-shirt contest and talking to the media did not constitute a waiver of her statutory right to publicity, so as to preclude suit. Again, they say, well, you don't have to be a celebrity, but notice everything's a fucking celebrity. Defendant in a prosecution for abusing a corpse was not entitled to disclosure of an opinion letter drafted by county's prosecutor's office exploring the lawfulness of using an aspect of an individual's persona for a commercial purpose for a period of 60 years. Wow. Elements of the Lanham Act false endorsement claim are similar to elements of the right of publicity claim. So burden of proof. Property owner could not prevail on claim for invasion of privacy for unreasonable publicity or wrongful intrusion into private activities against authors and publishers of book and internet websites that purported to tell the murderous history of the owner's property. The property was haunted where property owner was not individually mentioned. Okay, boring. Contestant could not prevail on unauthorized use of likeness claim against contest promoter who used contestant's likeness after naming her a winner in a contest, even though contestant refused to accept winnings that were less than the contest rules originally indicated they would be, where contestant gave her consent to use her likeness. Okay, so she consented. Former judgment debtor, that's before. Plaintiff claiming invasion of privacy may seek to recover nominal damages for claims of misappropriation of the plaintiff's name or likeness, and thus the plaintiff need not establish actual damages. Car dealership misappropriated former salesman's name for purposes of salesman's invasion of privacy claim. When following salesman's termination, dealership sent letters purportedly signed by salesman to salesman's former client. Salesman's name had a commercial value. Again, commercial value, because personal letters were used to induce future sales to customers who would establish a client relationship with the dealership, and salesman had not consented to the use of his name beyond his termination. It's not necessary to establish that the defendant actually intended to use an image or likeness or plaintiff in a promotional manner to establish a violation of plaintiff's rights. Uncontested allegations by former employee of fitness center that center utilized her in television commercials without obtaining her written consent were sufficient to establish liability under statute promoting unconsented to commercial use of persona. Okay. Summary. Let me synthesize the case law's overall thrust here. You have to have commercial value to your name. And second, you have to induce the sale. If you noticed, all of the ones that were successful, positive use of the image. Hot chick in a wet t-shirt contest being sold by a porn company. No brainer. Positive use of the image. Right? Romantic couple had a positive use of the image, but they had no marketable value to their erotic picture. Well, their engagement picture being used on an erotic book. You've got the person there at the end who the car salesman, right? They have a marketable name because the company clearly finds marketability in the name, saying, hey, they endorse you buying cars from us. Here's the sign name to all of his customers. I mean, obviously marketable. What do these cops have? What do these cops have? Nothing, because cops aren't generally marketable. Now, are they a celebrity? Is it like a Steven Seagal issue where he's like deputized and he does a TV show? No, of course not. All right, here we go. Let's hit these super chats real quick on YouTube and move over to Rumble. What expectation of privacy do cops have with body cams? Another problem. None. But remember, this is the right to publicity that they're invoking, which is careful. It's associated with the right to privacy, but they toe this careful line like, well, it's not actually privacy, but it is my publicity that is important. That's what they're trying to hinge on. But again, that's like specifically and expressly marketability. Mario Carter 13. Apologists unironically be like, you can't begin to imagine the dysphoria of identifying as a young boy at a Catholic school and not being diddled. LXB says, Rackets, please review the Restrict Act. It's the Great Firewall of China, but for Americans, another major First Amendment attack. Dawn Breaker, I find it funny that it died in the Family Guy death pose and the meme to come from it. Oh, yeah, we'll look at that in a minute. Almond John 1, you little 3-letter F word. How come you didn't tell us Drex was coming over this Friday? Is it this Friday? He said next week. I don't know. I literally have no idea what his plans are. Skylar, the creator, welcome to Paralegal Status. Fat Steven JFG. Is this Thug Manor or Skype into Hood? Yes. Jamie Moodley, the post-NBA stream with Jim and Q was great. Oh, thank you. Ugquatic says, Nick, I posted a pic of an epic print I had put on my handkerchief. Responded to your link post on Twitter. Check it out. I think you'll fall in love. Slick556, any thoughts on the Daniel Perry trial in Austin? Not today, but we'll get to that. The Amateur Iconoclast. I was going to super chat $100 before I got high. Gonna come up with a witty comment, but then I got high. Now Nick only gets $10, and I know why. Because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. Asia Frazier, NBA and Drex were insistent that there's no such thing as a black woman that still has her V card. It's been 4 years, and they're still wrong. We exist. Dark Schwartz, rising. It's comp week at my job. Performance reviews, raises, bonuses. Treating myself to a lovely Bib and Tucker. Are you a fan of the brand? I've only had it once. I very much enjoyed the Bib and Tucker, though. Anywho, you're the man. Keep on keeping on. And that's the guy, I think, who is like, hey, it would be nice to know your super chat policies. There you go, buddy. I got it read here. Jay says, hello. I want to say about Sinta Kaipat's heritage. Reefalwash, a.k.a. Carolinians, are the natives of Northern Mariana Islands, and Chamorros are the natives of Guam. Okay. Mario Carter 13 says, defendant owes money he made off of us stealing his money. Randall Gully, Trump Mar-a-Lago raid, turned off the cameras. Could be nothing, but it is the government. LXB, people should be compensated for searches that come up with no evidence. You've disrupted their lives for nothing. Oh, and they leave your house a fucking disaster. They turn over everything. They open every drawer, just dump shit out all over the ground. Like, they're not kind in the search. And you're like, what the fuck did you do to my house? And they're like, deal with it, bitch. And then they just leave. Fat Steve and JFG expressing pound cake recipes towards them. Jay says, that's the last thing I'll say on Kaipat. Little news on her is why I mentioned her. Also, Navajo Prez Ben Shelley died. I will not always share sad news. Jay says, I said all that because Indigenous get ignored. My biggest problem with, it's not Indigenous people's fault, generally speaking. I hate that we segregated the Indigenous people onto reservations where they can be forgotten and run casinos. I hate that. I think it's terrible. I think they should have been assimilated with every other people group in the United States. It's a melting pot, except for these little pockets of non-melting. And I think if you take a look at the status of many reservations, you see nothing but fucking problems. Fat Steven JFG says, induce super chat, convince super chat, concert LD want to end pointless lawsuits, make a law where if the one bringing the suit loses, they pay what they were asking for the defendant plus all costs. Yeah, loser pays is a common aspect of tort reform, and there is some problem with it. Mainly that in genuine situations where you have a lawsuit, a non-moneyed party may be convinced to not pursue their rights just because they don't have any money. And if they lose by some chance, because you always have a chance of losing, they'll get just fucked. John Beert says, nice nose. What's super chat? I don't know. Jesus Davila says, can we get a toast to the chat, but in Kermit voice? Yeah. Let me get you. Well, this one goes out to the chat. Thank you, chat, for always being there for me and watching this show that we put on every day. And wash your balls, clean your room, walk with your head up and your shoulders back, and don't take benzos. Cheers to you, chat. John Barrett says, never stop begging for these super chats. God damn it. Xander's Rant says, someone needs to give that shirt to Drex. Poofy says, credentials are for bussies. Tammy Barry, I appreciate this show and work third shift, so it's nice to have something live to watch on my nights off. I just put the show on and let you ramble. Hey, thank you. Dawnbreaker says, uh-oh, consequences of her actions. Run, woman, run. Master Lions sent the whiskey super chat. Thank you. Or whiskey member chat. Rob Perez says, hey, Nick, today is my birthday. Can you fat shame me? I need to lose weight. Well, look, I know you've never been able to finish anything because the thought of going past the start is devastating to your overall physical health and causes you to heavy breathe. But if you watch the show for a little bit longer today, we're going to get Sam Hyde to fat shame you, and then I will give my thoughts on that, you fat piece of garbage. If you can manage to get to that point without stuffing your ears full of fried chicken because your mouth is full of mashed potatoes, maybe then you could possibly hear what we're going to say. But I don't know if we can hear it over the stench of your BO farting out from under your skin flaps as it builds up that gaseous, nauseous, toxic compound of decomposing skin, sweat, and sadness. Just out from under your man tits every couple minutes. Sam Hyde is not fit, like he's not appearing on the show. To be clear, we're going to watch a clip of Sam Hyde. I would love to have him on the show anytime. He's fully welcome. But the last time I asked him, he said he wasn't super comfortable doing live streams on other people's channels. Trad Beardsman, which I don't know if that's true. That was a long time ago. I haven't talked to him in years. Trad Beardsman says, love you, Rackets. Hey, thank you. Kyle Cluckin says, have you talked yet about the new terrible law that is disguised as a ban on TikTok law, but it's actually a law more terrible than the Patriot Act? We'll probably talk about that tomorrow. And that is it for YouTube. YouTube, there's a link in the description to get you over to Rumble. And this I am trying to induce. Come to Rumble. Touch yourself to Rumble. Love Rumble. Come hang out on Rumble. Again, if you haven't tried Rumble out in a while because you're like a little not happy with the UI that was over there, make sure you go check it out. They've made some improvements. The chat is much, much better, easier to read. You can do things like tag people. You can block people or whatever if that's what you need to do. All of that is there over on Rumble. Come check it out. We'll be there in 20 seconds. Master Lions, thank you for gifting some memberships on YouTube. We got a 20-second bumper to facilitate your transition. And hopefully after it, you don't go shoot up a school. Dawnbreaker says, I don't know. I think you could finish a lemon pound cake. And we'll see you there, guys. Thank you to the YouTube audience. I'll see you on Rumble. Peace. Peace.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen,